In the Philippines' southern island of Mindanao lies the country's foremost southern gateway, the bustling city of Davao, home to the youngest temple of Shriners International, Temple number 195, otherwise known as the AGA Shriners. Having been given its charter in 2012, it initially covered the Mindanao area nobles of the country. Seeing the strength and promise of the young temple, its territorial jurisdiction was expanded by July of the following year to include the countries of Indonesia, Singapore, and Malaysia, which is particularly the whole of Southeast Asia, and the special administrative districts of Hong Kong and Macau, and the island state of Taiwan. These areas were once under the jurisdiction of the Aloha Shriners of Hawaii, which they now cede to the Agila Shriners. Since being granted dispensation on July 5, 2011, and a charter a year later, the Agila nobility has diligently worked to increase its membership base, which started with 517 petitioners in 2011, to the 1,023 nobles by the end of 2013 and counting. Buoyed by the vision of one day having a Shriners Hospital for children erected in this part of the world, Master Masons joined its ceremonials in scores, including one conducted overseas in Taiwan. They are one in the dream to be of service to more children, especially indigent ones, who need orthopedic, cleft lip and palate, spinal cord injuries, and burns care. For here in the Philippines, a ratio of about 1 case for every 500 children are afflicted with the aforementioned conditions. Although very much aware of the existence of Shriners hospitals across North America and Hawaii, for the Agila nobility, sending patients to these locations will always be a challenge because of the prohibitive costs of travel and the inconveniences they entail. For them, children in this eastern part of the world need Shriners care too, and this inspires them to pursue the means to have a hospital closer to home. Fact of the matter is, Agila Shriners' forerunner, the Mindanao Shrine Club, which was under the jurisdiction of the Aloha Shriners, has for several years been supporting the treatment of children with club feet in its own facility. For this purpose, it entered into an agreement with the Southern Philippines Medical Center, which is a government-run hospital, to operate and maintain a ward in the facility. Named the Shriners Ward, it is only a 12-bed corner of the complex that oftentimes post-operation treatment had to be done in a makeshift hut outside the ward. But it was better than nothing. Better than turning their backs on these children. The nobles want to give the treatment, but facilities are wanting. Success rate is just 88%, a far cry from that of the Shriners hospitals in the other side of the world. Yet, they have within their ranks some of the best medical specialists and practitioners, orthopedics, plastic surgeons, and others, led by London-trained noble Espiridion Reyes, the chief medical director. A ward simply just isn't enough. To undertake and manage these charities, the Mindanao Nobles Foundation Incorporated was created, duly registered with the Philippine Securities and Exchange Commission, and filed for tax exemption with the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Elected as the first president was a banker, Noble Reynaldo I. Reyes, then president of the Mindanao Shrine Club, and now assistant Rabban of Agila Shriners. Funds were sourced from the donations of its members and from other shrine clubs, private organizations, and individuals. At present, to put the foundation's still growing funds into focus, services are limited to treating club foot patients only. And this does not stop here. To bring them closer to the vision, the nobility has purchased a 1.4-acre lot atop the hill overlooking the city of Davao. Incidentally, the place is named Shrine Hills, a reference to the shrine of the Holy Infant Jesus of Prague, which also sits at the brow. A rather auspicious name indeed for a future site of the Shriners Hospital, catering to the children not only of Mindanao or of the Philippines, but also of Southeast Asia. Not content with the size of the lot, they are now setting their sights on acquiring an adjoining property to add girth to the present property. But building a hospital is still too far-fetched. The visit, therefore, on September of 2013 of Imperial Sir John A. Sinoto, Imperial Potentate of Shriners International, and concurrently the Chairman of the Board of the Shriners Hospitals for Children, and Nicholas Thomas, past Imperial Potentate and Chairman of the Committee for International Development, brought much joy and anticipation to the Agila nobility. It was to be another first in their young but storied history, the very first visit of an Imperial officer. It was to be a great opportunity for them to showcase their modest accomplishments and to share their vision, and the hopes that perhaps Shriners International and the Shriners Hospitals for Children could help facilitate this dream. The welcome gathering was certainly a big event for the Agila Shriners, who came in numbers to be with the distinguished guests at a downtown venue called the Grand Mensang Hotel, led by its then illustrious potentate, Sir Romeo A. Yu, a past Grand Master of Masons under the jurisdiction of the most worshipful Grand Lodge of the Philippines. The Agila nobility celebrated the presence of the Imperial Sirs, who were accompanied by the illustrious Sir Pablo C. Coe Jr., past potentate of the Manila-based Mabuhay Shriners and honorary past potentate of Agila Shriners, and who himself is also a past Grand Master. On this occasion, the Agila Shriners proudly presented their state of affairs. For its charity, more than 300 clubfoot patients treated since its inception. For the foundation, current assets of more than $275,000 U.S. cash equivalent and a 1.4-acre lot property. For its temple, a strong financial position with up-to-date membership due remittance to Shriners International, total membership of 875 as of report, and projected to breach the 1,000 mark by the end of the year, with still 4 upcoming ceremonials. Imperial Sir Nicholas Thomas, in his speech, extended his congratulations and exhorted the temple to keep growing.
Receive it again. Keep growing. God bless, and let's keep our children healthy, and thank you.
The guest of honor, Imperial Sir John Sinoto, who for his part narrated some touching and inspiring stories about the gratefulness of children for the Shriners' care and how Shriners hospitals now adopt modern technology for an even better care for them, especially burn cases.
When those kids come up and put their arms around my leg and they say, "Thank you, Mr. Shriner. You saved my life."
He also spoke of how membership has sadly dwindled and the need for growth to help sustain the Shriners' charities.
Let's continue the growth that you've done here with membership and show those 194 other temples that Agila knows how to do it. Get with the program. Thank you very much.
Towards the end, illustrious Yu delivered his speech and recounted the formation of the temple, emphasizing on its milestones. He later awarded certificates of honorary membership to Imperial Sirs Sonoto and Thomas, and to the illustrious Sir Pablo C. Coe Jr. as well, and gave them tokens of appreciation. For his part, the Imperial Sir Sonoto also presented tokens to illustrious Sirs Yu and Coe Jr. At the same event, a local TV station crew also came to interview the Imperial potentate, the footage of which was shown in local news the next day. As with every Shriners gathering, the meeting culminated with the singing of the bubble song to signal the beginning of fun and fellowship.
Breathe the bubbles in the air. Now say.
On the following day, September 3rd, a tour of places with Shriners' importance was made. The nobles first assembled at the shrine of the Holy Infant Jesus of Prague, just a stone's throw from the site of the Envision Hospital, where the Imperial Sir Sonoto offered up his devotions. The group then went on to the site where Agila is to build a hospital facility for the children. The next destination was the Davao Masonic Center, a place where all Davao Masons meet. And finally, on to the Shriners Ward of the Southern Philippines Medical Center, the inspirational center point of the Agila nobility. The Imperial visit culminated with another lunch fellowship.
Here's the gratitude, here's the shrine down, and here's our children. Cheers!
Thank you.
As a fitting send-off, the Imperial Sirs were escorted all the way back to Manila by Executive Aide Noble Leonardo A. Felonia on instructions of illustrious Romeo Yu. Noble Felonia later on was to become the first Agila member to be appointed to an imperial office as executive aide to the imperial potentate. At the moment, people here in Southeast Asia are not yet that much aware of the Shriners and its philanthropy. A people with children who are also in dire need of treatment, children who are our future too. Is there a Shriners care for them? The groundwork has been started and the foundations laid. The Agila Shriners are ready to bring their zeal and enthusiasm to a different level. A new administration in 2014, under an equally able leader, Noble Chief Raban Peter Yu Lim Lo Su, likewise a past Grandmaster himself, shall continue to take up the cudgels in pursuit of these lofty goals. Nothing to deter them from working for something to uphold their works, nay, the Shriners' works, as truly global.